welcome to another episode and edition of the Fight Factory Wrestling Podcast, coming to you live right here from Stellar 19 Studios, right here in Mattawan, New Jersey. Brought to you by the Richard Lucas Chevrolet and Subaru location right there in Avondale, New Jersey. I'm about to buy a new car, guys, just so everybody's clear. I got my boy Mikey on the hunt. We are going to find it. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's chef's kiss, and it's all because of Richard Lucas.
You just got the truck. What are you
paying? Not for me.
I was about to say, what are you paying with the fucking boots?
It ain't for me. And anyway, so thank you to those guys. And of course, today is the first episode of this show that is being only brought to you on the Mile 21 Media YouTube channel. We made the switch. I fired Chernoff. I actually dropped an elbow right on his freaking nose. Listen. I wanted to make a couple shifts in things brand-wise. It's not only just us, it's also the card subject to change with Sean Donovan, Danny Moff, Darius Carter. That podcast will also be available now on Mile 21 Media, along with all the cool shit that you see here. You're a soccer fan? Guess what? The Cosmos are back. I just asked my mother. She was the cheerleader in 1979 and 1981. She'll remind you each and every day of your life. But yes, you can go check out the Cosmo Country if you're a soccer person, if you're a football fan, a.k.a. Dallas Cowboy fan. The Jersey Boys podcast is also on the channel, along with all new original programming coming soon.
Should get a couple Raider fans, and maybe we could start the Nation podcast.
Well, the thing is, I want people to watch. So if you throw Raiders, they're gonna be like, it's cheap. It's stupid. They stink. It's
maybe not this year.
Hey, bitch, we offered you a first and a third, and then Osa. I'm not going to get into this. Max Crosby should be a Cowboy, but he's bitch made, and he's over there with I almost said Oakland, Vegas. Still, thank God for those Raiders, because boy, oh boy, were you guys going to suck. Anyway, you still might suck, but anyway. Coming off a very, very big weekend, Dave Sturchio alongside Tommy Dee, Chris Payne running from the grind again. He's doing something or other. Oh, actually, you know what? He's head of detail security for Deadpool. Yeah. So he's busy.
Why would you think that Deadpool would need a head of security, considering that man could kill anybody?
Right? You would think. He could fight very well. But I choose to picture my Deadpool as the Ryan Reynolds from Waiting. You know what I mean? So, in any event.
Fuck you, Monty.
Right. You're like being the... You know what? Not going there. I was going to go there and get canceled right off my own YouTube channel. But anyway... Payne is doing that, and then we have Tommy D. Tommy T. What did you just do? Oh, he did the thing. Rachel did that with my daughter. They're like, you do this side, and I do this. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But very cute. We'll get into all that and tough luck and everything that happened. And, of course, Tommy T is busy making meatballs. So he's also running.
If anybody knows how to handle a lot of balls, it's Tommy Tequila.
Absolutely.
6'7", Tommy. 6'7".
You are not doing. Actually, you know what? Cut. We're done. Wrap it up. This guy's a jerk. Tomorrow, big time meeting because we are now all roads. I'm trying to not do roads. I'm trying to do something. I said at one point I said sandy path.
All channels lead to the shore.
I do like that. It's good. Not great, but good. I'm just trying to figure out what... Because we're on the road to WrestleMania,
that.
So what are we on the road to when it comes to, like, the beach? The sandy gravel? I don't know. I can't... I've been
all dunes lead to the beach? Yeah. All channels.
Channels. But then people are like, what do you mean, like, channels? Like, the kids
Everybody
don't know.
knows what a fucking channel is.
Nobody has a clue what a channel is.
Yeah, wrestling fans, you got a good point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like, just take the channel down.
All marks lead to the shore. There you go.
Buy tickets. SavvySeats.com/Fight Factory Wrestling. But yeah, so we had ourselves a fun weekend. There was a lot of stress last week heading into it. Me on a personal front, I felt like I was about to have a heart attack while doing this show. But I'm back and I'm feeling a lot better now. Got the test results. Everything is pretty good. But anyway, so a lot of fun. First and foremost, your thoughts, not so much on the card. We'll go over all that. But, like, how did you like the Mecca? Did you like, obviously you were there already as a fan, once with Wrestling Rob, once with fucking us when we went to Pro Wrestling Junkie. How did you feel about the place when you're running it yourself?
So I think if we do ever run there again, we definitely need a feed down to the locker room so everybody can know what's going on.
How would you suggest we do that, considering it's a fucking maze?
So at least your timing, right? So all right, so they're at this spot. Okay, so let me start going up to the other side to get ready to go up. So
There's plenty of room. There's plenty that little mini room where we're doing.
Plenty of room.
Stop being so damn polite, Ed. No, what I'm saying is there's room. There's that room that we did the promos. That should be the on deck circle. The next match should be sitting there. Actually, that should be in the whole circle.
Yeah.
Because on deck should be on the stairs.
Yeah.
And then you make the switch. Like that's
I think there's ways that we could have done it to make that kind of more seamless. Like, I mean, it wasn't bad. Like, everything moved fluid. Obviously, I wasn't out watching, but I could hear everything, and it's loud. That's the best part of that building. You fill that building with a couple hundred people, it sounds like a stadium. It's just that loud, and everybody seemed to enjoy themselves.
For the most part, the fans were kind of weird. Hardcore match aside, because then they feel like they're on top of it and everything is happening in front of them, which
how's
more on this at 11.
I was about to say, how's your daughter's therapy going?
We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so like the Mecca itself, great venue.
Yeah.
It's not like your typical VFW. The ceiling is high. You're able to do all your high spots. The seating arrangement around the ring was fine. We packed pretty much all the seats. Little standing room in the back, which was good. The stage is good for the production, the commentary,
Dives.
and Crowbar. Like it's all good for that. Set up well. Shout out to Ray's Lighting, who made the entrance look amazing again. Payne had this vision also of the fencing, very ECW-esque, looked awesome with the lights on it. So the aesthetics and the ambiance was definitely cool, and I think that we definitely turned that place into our own, which some companies go in there and they're like, okay, let's do this, and this. And then there's some companies that are like, just put a fucking sheet over the damn door. I don't really care. You know what I mean? And again, if that's the kind of show you want to run, great. We pride ourselves in the aesthetics and the look and the feel of the show. So like we know the entrance is going to look mint and everything leading up into the ring skirts, all that stuff. Everything looked great. Now, production-wise, GPW, once again, I was watching a couple matches from behind the scenes, behind their area, and I can't wait to watch this back. I think they had some great shots. Great shots of the action. Gino Gotts broke me a couple times because I'm right behind him, says a couple things, and I'm like, we're getting canceled.
So,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's the one thing for me, right? Even all the people. I heard the two of them behind me. So every time they're talking and I hear Tom, I'm like going to turn around, like, is somebody calling me? Why am I trying to pay attention?
Yeah, Gino and Pete have developed a really good rapport together. What started at War on the Shore 2, then it went to No Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving, and then now they did Tough Luck, and I think they're really hitting a stride. It's very cool to also look at Pete as not only like, because once upon a time, me and Pete did commentary together for, I believe it was, I don't remember what company it was, but we've worked together before. He runs his own company. He calls it We Are Wrestling. Very prominent, I think it's a good company, where he's got some heavy hitters in there as well. But now as like, I don't want to say his boss, because that's not what I'm looking at. What I'm saying is like, for me to provide to him the creative direction of all the matches really felt like I was doing something important for the first time maybe ever. And like, he was just like writing his notes, and it's just a very good tit for tat, right? Because we had aspirations to do a couple other things as far as like surprises, but not really surprises, because I remember what happened with ACW with Tommy Dreamer's music playing. Place goes bonkers. He's not there, but it just serves as a distraction. So I actually was gonna, I don't want to say steal the idea, but steal the idea. And during the women's match, I had aspirations to possibly play Effie's music, because Effie and Allie are now about to set to do battle at Spring Break. So maybe that, but then she's like, are they going to know Effie's theme song here? And I'm like, I don't know. So instead of taking the risk, they would have. I think so too. But I mean, like, instead of taking that risk of saying like, who was supposed to come out? You know what I mean? Like, if it was Glass Shatter, Stone Cold, people were like, oh, it's fucking, like, but now it's, and I'm not saying nobody knows Effie, because Effie's great.
People popped for Hulk Hogan's music. I was just, my cousin was showing me that again.
Can't believe
just to laugh at it. And just to hear the amount of people going, no way. Like, yes, we had $1 million at the time to pay Hulk Hogan to be the 20th man in the Rumble.
And it was so bad that it killed him. Like, no offense, Hulkster, but it looks like the last time your music was ever played on a wrestling show, besides your tributes, was this schmuck over here. And then from there on, we're like, hey, you're never going to do that again. So I digress. But anyway, one hiccup. Look, man, we were in a bind. We needed a sound guy. I hired the sound guy. I know the sound guy. The sound guy runs his own company. He does everything. But we had some problems with the microphone cutting out a lot. I hate that for the stunner, but turns out they were mic'd anyway, so it kind of worked out okay. But like to the live audience that were there early, you know, they're getting a bunch of cutout until our savior, known as TJ Marconi, cut the best promo in the world based off of what was happening in real time.
So what was going on with that is because I was hot.
I
was hot.
You.
So TJ's like, let's use it. I was like, what? He goes, let's go in there and fuck with them. So that's what we did. So
And he did.
When I went in there, I was actually pissed off.
So listen, you pay for service. You want it all delivered. There is some hiccups. It is what it is. We still paid the guy in full. It is like, because
as long as it didn't happen for Falvo and stuff like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I was worried about Falvo and the in-ring introductions throughout the course of the night. Like the stunner stuff, you want it to go well. And by the way, dude, get familiar with the stunner. Get yourself involved with them. Invite them to your show to cover it.
Absolutely.
Because those guys are on another level, and it happens so damn fast. If you remember that first phone call we took with them, with Josh at the stunner, and like what they were trying to do, what they were trying to accomplish. Yeah, let's get involved together. And then we didn't know what was about to happen. And oh, by the way, there's no Thanksgiving. We get Rob involved with Nikos, and we get, and then he's involved again this way. Like, but the stunner, they're between their pre-show stuff, their post-game wrap up with a bunch of people. It just looks so professional, and they did a fucking fantastic job. And I'm a mark for that stuff. Like, you know me, man. I love media, and I love all the stuff that
they joined us with some celebratory wine in the back.
Exactly. So they had a really good time, and they're very, very good at what they do. So inquire with the stunner, bring them to your show because they will put you guys over. I mean, the videos alone, like the highlight reels. I'm like, dude, this was our show. Like you almost forget. You're looking at it, I'm like, wow, that was an awesome. Oh wait, that's us. Like it was just that good. But yeah, so other than the sound thing in the beginning, everything went off very well. We started the night. Now, look, things happen. Cards subject to change, and we're not talking about the podcast. Like, it happens. There are people that have to pull off. There are people that get hurt. There are people that have, things going on outside of the world of professional wrestling. That shit happens. This is fantasy land for us. Real life happens all the time. So we had to make 3 adjustments pretty much on the fly within the week, within like a couple days. So we had to make some adjustments. And the hardest conversation I thought I was going to have was telling Nice and Smooth, the tag team of Mitchell and Parker, their last names, Tom and Trace.
Yes.
So those
Colonel
guys,
Tom?
huh?
Colonel Tom?
Yeah, fine. Those guys were coming in, and they were supposed to have a match with Sent to Slaughter. Now, mind you, this is probably the biggest match of their career, and I'm not just saying that. It definitely was. Between Moff and Donovan's experience, I'm sure this is probably the biggest match of their career. And oh, by the way, hey, we're going to give you a tag team title shot. Now, did anybody under the sun think that Nice and Smooth was going to come in and dethrone the new champs? Probably not. But the conversation that I have to have was, hey, in order to make the rest good, expand timing, do you mind going to the first of 2 kickoff show matches? Now, that in reality is a demotion on the card. It is. They were supposed to be probably around 6th, if I'm not mistaken, towards the back end of the show. So now I got to have this conversation with these kids, right? And me being the pro I am, I approached them both. I told them the deal, bro. They did not blink. They were like, we just want to work. We want to get out there. We want to do our thing. I'm looking around, I'm like, I almost wanted to be like, hey, everybody stop what you're doing and listen to what these kids are saying, because that is the way to get yourself a forever booking for me. You know what I mean? Like I would love to use these kids going forward now forever, because it's like when you are able to just make that adjustment, and say like, and swallow your fucking pride, because that's what wrestling and their egos. Like, they had no ego. They had no problem. And then, oh, by the way, this opens up the door for other people. Now, we don't have any other tag teams laying around until very late in the night, where those guys,
the Verrazano boys,
those guys showed up, and they helped out with security and stuff, which was great. And I talked to both of them, good kids. But at the time, we didn't have any opponents. So what do? Well, how about Buddy Thomas was already booked, right? He was the first one to show up. The second body to walk into the fucking venue to help out was Brandon Downey. Now, I've known Brandon since he started with Creative Pro New Jersey, Wrestle Pro, and those guys, and Shotguns, and all those shows. He's been working his ass off. And apparently, according to Donovan, who is the head trainer now over there with LSG, like, he's been doing the right thing, right? Not being a prick, just showing up, going to work, doing the job, whatever. And I said, you know what? Perfect spot. You know, like, let's get him in there now. Who the hell am I going to tag him with?
I felt bad. He came up to me, like, he's like, "Hey, man, did you see the match?" I was like, "Shit, man, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't." Like,
I did.
I feel bad, like, when they ask me, like, you know, and I didn't see it. It's like I feel guilty.
Brandon's a very giddy dude, meaning like he's very excited about everything he does, good or bad. Like, if the match sucked, he wants to know. He wants to learn. So Brandon Downey tagged with Junie Underwood. Now, I only knew Junie through Jordan Oliver. That's the guy who he came with, and he asked for permission. He actually hit me up a couple weeks ago saying, like, hey, I'm the driver. I'm coming up with Jordan Oliver. If there's anything you need me to do, I'll help. And you got a match, right? And those two, for being, I don't know if they've ever tagged together before. I don't think so. But for them being thrown together, and you didn't see it, I did, bro, like, pretty damn good, bro. Like very good for, like, not having any rapport together as a team. But I can't say enough about Nice and Smooth. They did what they needed to do. They secured themselves a W, had themselves a good match. And then, you know, again, very easy to book guys like that going forward, because that's just how you do it. Then the second kickoff show match, we also had to make a change because we plucked Rico to replace Clancy. So it was like, okay, now what? Allie Catch had mentioned to me that her boyfriend, Will, was coming over from Australia, right? And
we had two Australians on one card. How about that?
Who the hell's the other one?
Steph.
Oh, yeah. More on that later. Surprise, dude. So I didn't want to...
That hasn't been all over fucking social media.
I didn't want to give it away, brother. Oopsie daisy, down under. So anyway, so Will joined us in that match, and I looked up some of his stuff. He calls himself the Anchor Man, and he's got some kind of news persona out in Australia. Very cool. Good look. Can work. I said, Allie, guess what? You're in luck. We had to do a couple things. Your boy's got a match. Now, also, I've been trying, and this is true shoot, if you want to do that language, like, I've been trying to get Vargas in the mix for a little while because he was there for the Shore. He helps out like a motherfucker.
He's been to both Shore shows.
Been to both Shore shows. He then drove me, Donovan, and Moff to Poughkeepsie, which is not around the corner. He was not booked on that show. And he said, I just want to go and learn and just absorb and just observe and be a sponge and listen to the booking meetings if I'm allowed in the locker room. He goes, if I'm allowed in the locker room. Like, he wasn't even going to barge in. Like, it's just not a thing. You just don't do it. When you're not booked, you're not supposed to be back there. But then I talked to Moff and Donovan a lot at length about him. And they're like, dude, this guy has turned a different corner. And I don't want to say he was ever a bad guy, because he wasn't. But I'm saying, like, they're saying his work ethic has increased significantly over the last, I don't know, whatever, year. So I'm like, I got to get him in there. So then that perfect opportunity, come on board. And oh, by the way, you won, right? Like, Buddy Thomas went out there, showed out, did his thing. Will put on a great performance. And of course, Vargas went in there and beat the shit out of all of them. And he's earned himself a spot on the Sink or Swim Battle Royal. So very excited about that. Sink or Swim Battle Royal. Within the next couple of weeks, we're going to come up with a prize for that. You know, obviously last year we crowned our first open weight champion, but this year we're going to do something a little different, a little more Royal Rumble-esque, meaning a number one contender of some variation. We just haven't decided on it. That's what the meeting is for tomorrow, with a lot of creative decisions to be made.
We should dip Gino in gold, and that's their prize.
Just give Gino out?
Just a mini Gino Gotts.
Wasn't Judy Bagwell on a pole match or something like that? We should do Gino Gotts on in a cage match or some shit like that. Just hang him up from the top. What
are you doing to me up here? What the fuck?
I swear to God. It was the best. I popped hard. Spit water out, wasn't drinking any. The other day, or not the other day, yesterday, I think I read it. Yeah, we're Chris Sanders, our boy who does Best for Business podcast, was like, I want to be you when I grow up. And Gino's reply was, no, the fuck you do not. And I was like, yeah, dude, not the right path. Love Gino. He's the fucking man. But anyway, pre-show was the kickoff show was very good. And then we wanted to start off hot. Once again, card subject to change. Fatal four-way turns into a triple threat. And those girls, I can't say enough about them. They are fantastic. They're pros. Rachel did amazing. Frost did Frost shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what she does. And for the first time, we had Allie catch. And Allie has, I've seen her matches, both, intergender and against other females. She's also hitting a stride right now, Tommy. I think that she is, she's looking to take her business to the next level as well. Great match through and through. I came up with the finish. I think it was good. Obviously you'll see it back, but they timed it perfectly. Like a spike pile driver. Allie goes for the cover. As soon as she covers them, oh, by the way, here comes Flying Frost from the top. Hits her with the moonsault. Cover 1, 2, 3. Now,
I saw the picture of the moonsault. That was
how great is that shot? Shout out to Jay Vogel, bro. That fucking dude is so good at what he does. So the finish happens great. Here comes the surprise. Now, I have to give full transparency about this. There was a plan to do what we did. It went off. It didn't go off the exact way I had envisioned or I had instructed. Now, both girls had instructions that this was going to happen post-match. One had an idea that it was going to happen in the aisle. One had so now you're deer in headlights, and I'm like, okay, what do we do? I'll just hit up Keenan. He's got an earpiece. No, he doesn't. So full transparency, threw my first and only bitch fit of the night, where it was funny because when I came downstairs and I'm throwing a fit, and I'm like, I'm in my mind, in real time, Tommy, I'm like, shouldn't be doing any of this, in real time as I'm spitting.
You hit the best part of all that. Of course, there's KC. Oh, this is going to be good.
By the way, shout out to KC and his lovely girlfriend who decided to join us. So
he's like, oh, this is going to be good. Then you came back down and everything was okay. And he goes, oh, man. He goes, after that whole fucking show, that's all we get? Bullshit.
I did not want to put on a show. I was very unprofessional. I was looking to strangle Keenan simply for the sole purpose of, like, if you had an earpiece in, you would have heard me saying, like, hey, get Frost to the aisleway so we can do what we want to do. But he wasn't there, and I couldn't contact or communicate with him. So I was like, you got to be fucking kidding with this I don't wear an earpiece thing. Now, look, some people just have a problem having anything in their ear. I have a problem wearing shit on my arms. It's just like everybody has their thing, and I blew a gasket, and it wasn't until Officer Payne walked up to me. He goes, you just big-timed all of these people in front of a locker room. Don't ever fucking do that again. I was like, you're right. And he's right, because like I said, I was a little upset. And then the best part about it was I went to Keenan after and I said, sorry I got so upset at you. He goes, you did? And I was like, well, you weren't here, but I was upset with you.
To be honest, and I'm being completely transparent, the only one that was still like kind of laughing about it after you walked away was Casey. Everybody else just went on with their conversation.
Yeah, it's like they all just carried on living their lives. And then like here I am like, what the fuck?
How many times do you think most of those have actually seen a promoter fucking throw a temper tantrum in the back?
Well, that's what I asked.
They've all seen it.
I asked Joey and I asked Ben. I said, because I told her right before their match at the end, I was like, hey guys, I'm sorry for that bullshit in the beginning. He goes, Joey and Ben collectively was like, bro, we've seen a lot worse than that. I was like, all right, well, I still don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
But in any event, girls crush. Steph DeLander comes out, beats on Lady Frost. We have ourselves a predicament here, so we will figure all that out heading into the shore. Great moment, great buzz for the brand, great buzz for DeLander, not so great buzz for Frost, and I love when two people can do good business together, but then it feels as real as it gets. I don't know if you saw the Facebook or the Instagram comment. Something as small and minuscule as that, like Steph DeLander, you're looking at the next women's champion, and Frost was like, "No, the fuck, you're not." It's like,
and then DeLander's response, "Why are you so angry?"
Oh, I didn't even see that shit. That's even better. So yes, they're all playing ball. I love it. I love when two people can of their stature, which again, signed, not signed, former this, former that, whatever the case, they can all just do good business, and that was a very, very cool thing. And again, I feel like I'm remissing Rachel on this one. I feel like she went out there, did her thing. She's definitely a star in the making. She's found herself a nice little groove as far as compiling her gymnast stuff with pro wrestling, and I think she's really caught on very, very well. After that, I believe was Nikos and Fox. Good match, solid, start to finish. We're trying to tell a story there of Nikos being just not wanted by Fight Factory, but clearly he is because he was booked. So, but story-wise, very good. Fox is a pro, little manic, but he's a pro. He reminds me of me, but in a different, more loud way. But yeah, Fox Finier is a pro's pro. They did really good work together. I was very happy.
He's great for the stunner too. Like those guys have so much fun,
and they had a ball with him. So he fits that vibe very, very well. And then who the fuck? And I'm just trying to rattle off. Who was next? Was it the tag match?
No.
Okay. Was it the? Oh man, now I'm drawing a blank. I mean, obviously the women's. Was it open weight?
Yes, it was the open weight because we were after that.
Oh, by the way, card subject to change. When Moff no longer has a partner for the night, Moff can dial it up, turn back the clock, and be singles Moff again. And by the way, he looks fantastic.
He does, man.
He looks like a different person. I've always referred to him as the Benjamin Button of professional wrestling. Sorry, Joe. That's my accountant. We're going to pay the taxes, I swear. Moff he's on another level. I've always called him the Benjamin Button of professional wrestling, getting better as he goes. He delivered again, and we inserted him into the open weight championship match between Gipke and Carino. And the way it played out, fucking Carino basically cost Moff. Moff had him up, slipped off, gets a nasty left. I'm not sure if there's anybody who throws a better left super kick than Justin Carino. I think his overhand left is really good. He's a southpaw. Carino is and I have to say this, and I have to give the flowers where they're deserved, and you could say the same thing because I'm sure you saw it too, but like that dude, if you need a good heel, chicken shit, but can go, look no further. Look no further than Justin Carino. That dude has been around the block 5 times. Like he's been in the ring with the who's who. He was in the ring with Sid, who just got into the WWE Hall of Fame. He's been in the ring with legends, up and comers, guys that are hot right now.
Tony Atlas.
What? You can't leave me out. You're talking about WWE legends. That's what I am, brother.
You want to sell pudding too while you're at it? It's very, very reminiscent and very Bill Cosby. But Tony Atlas, who I saw was booked in a fucking tag team match coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm like, you gotta know when to hold them, right? But I'm not.
Listen, he needs that money for those chicks to step on his face.
Fuck.
Come on, hit that heel right here.
Oh my
girl,
God.
come on.
Stop, dude. Fuck. Tony, we love you, man, but some fetishes are just meant to stay in the closet. Don't tell anybody.
I didn't like Pat Patterson because he always tried to grab my pecker.
Jesus Christ, dude. Anyway, it's Dave Sturchio, Tony Atlas here.
He said it on the McMahon documentary. I didn't just make it up.
Of course he did.
Words.
Fucking course he did. Anyway, so triple threat match happens. Gipke is a fucking unit. We all know this already. He did great work. So did Moff. So did Justin. Just a great, great match. And then it wasn't until after where Moff blew a gasket. And he beat the shit out of Carino. I saw Carino after and talked to Carino the next day. he's fucked up.
Yeah, he looked a little bit woozy as he was coming coming down the stairs
with
there.
the phone, dick. And I'm like, dude, I looked at his back and I was like, so did they stab you? Or like, what exactly happened there? And he was wrecked. And I'm like, thank you, sir.
Down home, Nebraska ass whooping.
Thank you, sir. Shake his hand. Thank you for doing the job. But anyway, great match. And then we segued into the tag match between Ken Dixon and Joe Keys, who made his debut for us.
First of all, having to see a packaged fucking pile driver in person scared the absolute shit out of me watching it.
Who did that?
Joe to Jay.
Oh, because I thought, the pack. Yes. Okay, yeah, that is not your move that you should just do whenever.
They did it safe. It
it
great.
just looks.
But
like,
for me, honestly, I would have rather gotten thrown off the stage through the fucking table than take that.
Yeah,
holy shit,
it's difficult. That's ended careers. It's literally ended careers. So you just got to be safe, and those guys are all trained pros, and you know the tag match for what it was and what we were trying to get at. It served its purpose. It did it good. I'm a big fan of the shot callers. I like their work. This guy was on the outside. He did his job.
What'd I do?
You got some learning to do. That's all. We know this. It's established. But in the end, I feel like everything that we wanted to get out of that match, we got out of it. Schmucko McGee puts brass knuckles on Joe Keys. Yes, you did.
No, I did.
Yeah, you did.
He had them in his trunks.
Oh, okay.
He gave them to me as a souvenir after.
What a nice person. What a nice guy. So by DQ, the winners, the shot callers. But we'll see what happens after that. And then after that, I believe we had. I'm drawing all these blanks. But anyway. That wasn't the street fight. There was one more in between.
No, there was the one more in between. I didn't even have a moment to fucking breathe.
What was the fucking match in between? And this is not. I'm not remissing.
Was it Jordan Oliver and Rico?
Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ. AKA quite possibly the match of the night. A lot of people told me that.
I can't wait to watch that back.
And look, people have a tendency to judge people based off of one or two interactions or one interaction or whatever the case may be. Rico Gold was on this show a couple weeks back. I spoke to him at length. The mentals are there. The emotions are in check. Can he go? Now, that's a question for another day, right? Until you saw it in person. Now, I heard through the grapevine, not naming names, they're like, I don't know if he's going to be able to perform with Jordan Oliver or Jordan Oliver-esque, right? Will Jordan have to dial it back because maybe he can't go? I'm here to tell you guys that whoever's the whispers and whatever else, you're all fucking wrong because Rico Gold absolutely delivered. He told basically the entire township of Ridgefield Park to fuck off. And he was the great heel. I think he yelled at his mother and told her to go scratch too. And I'm like, this is great. And like Jordan did not have to slow down at all. He did his thing. Jordan Oliver, you can't say enough about that kid.
Nope.
He's just electric.
He's excited for the shore.
Yes, he is.
He's been all over the posts for about War on the Shore.
Yes, he's very, very pumped about that. But Rico Gold showed us something so much so that in real time we told, Payne and I were in the back. We're like, this dude deserves to be with us at the biggest show that we have every year. So we granted him a spot in the Sink or Swim Battle Royal. So now there's 2 spots down, 18 to go. Very excited about the build of that. But Rico Gold, bravo, bro. You absolutely delivered. Very excited about the future that you have. Very excited to hear guys like Alpha put you over, and guys like the people that are like, this dude, he's got it. He's got the
I also think
that
a
monster.
lot of times it's the partner that you're in there with that's going to bring the best out of you.
And
right?
I think that it was like challenge accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just like, all right, bro, let's do it.
I saw the pictures. It looked like they were having a great time during the match. I can't
chops, the chops. Oh my god.
Yeah. So his fucking Rico's chest when he came back in the locker room,
caved
I was
in,
like, holy
dude.
shit.
Yeah, bro, it was rough, and I'm like, god damn. But again, it's battle scars, bro. These are things that happen, and they kick the shit out of each other. And I think they had the match of the night. Nope, and that's not to discredit anybody else. I just think that the crowd was all over this one from start to finish. A lot of false finishes, and they delivered. Then comes the fun of a hardcore street fight that we said, again, ideas were being thrown out for the last like 2-3 weeks. If you're Crowbar, he probably had ideas as soon as the match was announced. He called me at breakfast.
He had ideas.
Crowbar is
in the hallway before the match was starting.
Crowbar is such a perfectionist and such a pro and such a legend in this game that
and very giving.
I knew very giving. And I knew this match was going to be good. I knew it. And why? Because I think TJ Marconi, one of the more underrated big dudes in independent wrestling, not booked enough. Maybe that's on his own accord. Maybe he's just, busy guy. But
he's picky.
He
should be.
He should be. Especially at our age. I say our age as if like he's probably our age. I don't even know.
He's like 36.
Oh God. I'm prehistoric. But what I'm saying is, and I tell this to Moff all the time too, pick your spots down the line of your career. If you've been doing this for 10, 15 years, wherever you're trying to still go, just pick your spots a little better.
Well, it's just like when we had him here for the interview, and he said, he goes, I'm a little bit more picky because of his shoot gig.
Right.
He's not going to just take the, okay, it's close, so I'll just take the paycheck. No, he wants to work for people that he likes and people that he trusts. Yeah. That's why, he'll work with Warriors, IWA, and us.
Do you know the next day, which is very funny that it came full circle, and I didn't know this. The next day, I put something out on Twitter. I don't remember what it was. TJ, I guess, went to go respond to me, and he sends me a screenshot. Says, "You are blocked by Dave Sturchio," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Why?" I was like, "Oh my God! Tell me this is like 2013 blocking."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "We've never interacted again on Twitter. Like it's a lot on Facebook, but like." Never on Twitter? Well, now you know why. And I didn't know. And this just goes back to my immaturity back in the day. But I was like, yeah, fuck this guy. And let's block him. And I'm like, so he's trying to interact. He's like, hey, cuzzo, I'm blocked over here. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like, all right, let me change that. But sorry about that, Teach. But anyway, that match, you knew it was going to be good. You knew they were going to go all over the place. I texted my family and I said, hey, this next match coming up
Stella,
is going to be going around the arena. So do me a favor, get the kids and back them up to the wall so they're away from the action. Now, mind you, I sat my family at a table. Mistake number one. My father's there. So what had happened was, so they have a spot called where there's a table yonder, right? Like down the hall almost, like of the venue, that they're gonna put them through there. So I was like, oh, guys, don't worry, you guys are out of harm's way. So they start to battle over there.
Move subject to change.
Yeah, well, yeah. So they start battling over there and they make their way, and I'm now on the stage. Now, dad mode kicks on, and I'm like, okay, well, they're near them, but they're not gonna go to them. Right? All right. So now, out of nowhere, Crowbar takes fucking TJ's dome and proceeds to slam his head on the table my family was at. Now, mind you, my daughter doesn't like violence. In fact, she gets really scared when people look hurt. How do you think she fucking reacted to this? My father is over there like, oh, wait, what are we doing?
Your father, he had a fucking smile on his face, ear to ear, laughing. So, I'm like, holy shit.
So I'm watching this happen in real time, and I see my dad go, right to me, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And I was like, all right, so let me get off the stage. Let me figure this out. So Stella, my daughter, who's 6, wasn't a fan of that spot. However, if you ask my son looks at it with a devilish look on his face. He goes, I liked it. And I'm like, he's 4. And I'm like, I have 2 completely different children, which is great. So anyway, the match happens. They eventually get to the real table they're supposed to slam through. They do that. They get back to the ringside area, in which we now have another viral moment trending online.
Thank you, Nikki the Good.
Thank you, Nikki the Good. And I thanked him up and down. I spoke to him since. So there was a little bit of a little gimmicky thing, right? Normally you see tacks or Legos or, little gimmicky things. What would hurt so much to put your face in or pile drive or slam on, whatever? we decided to use al dente pasta. Yeah, that's what we did. And sure as shit,
You know how hard it was for me? You know how hard it was for me not to laugh?
TJ got fucking put right on that thing, and a lot of it's Crowbar once again selling it amazing because he's like, who wants some pasta? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm watching this happen in real time, and I'm like, this is good. This is good. Right? And sure as shit, it's got like 150,000
You know the funny thing
views.
about it is, I talked to Payne before.
I know he said something about like it's okay if Dave says it's okay or something like that.
He's like, you know, food's messy. I don't know who's gonna clean it up. I don't know. Good thing we didn't listen to you.
Well, that and good thing we kept it hard pasta, because if it was soft pasta cooked, then,
wouldn't have been
it's
a
a
point
mess.
to that.
All right, I know. But what
And
I'm
I
saying
would've
is,
been hungry.
it was very yeah, I'm starving now. It was a very good spot, great match. TJ gets the win. I have to say, like those guys, they put their bodies on the line, and I can't thank them enough for what they do. I know that
52 years old. He's stage diving through a fucking table.
he's a sick puppy, that's for sure. And those guys are forever indebted in my heart, because I mean it's like that's the kind of shit that you don't really tend to expect, but you really appreciate when they do it.
And you know, for what he did for me.
Yeah,
let's break down the fourth wall, whatever. When he came up to me and said, "Listen, TJ's going to throw me to the outside. I want you to choke me." And
sounds like a solid Saturday night for Tommy.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, you know, and I don't want to blow this spot. So obviously it wasn't the way that we had talked about it. So I had to improvise a little bit. So after the match, he goes, "That was great. You came for me. You didn't wait for me to come for you." He's like, and I was like, I wasn't getting you, right? Like I wasn't really hurting. He's like,
I don't expose the business, bro. You're choking the fuck out of him. That's where we're gonna leave it.
Yeah.
But listen,
Whatever.
A moment like that for you.
So for me, you know, that's because again, I would come up in the most fucking inconvenient way possible. So for somebody to trust you, even with something that small,
I don't even want to say it's called inconvenient. That's the wrong word. I would say like just you came up in this business much differently than everybody else, because now you're learning a lot of shit on the fly, but you're also like learning how to choke somebody,
and learning
take a bump and like do
learning
things
in real time is not fucking easy.
No, it ain't. But yeah, kudos. That's Crowbar, man. That's Crowbar. He will give the shirt off his back. He's one of those guys that you just every show. And once again, he's another one who told me, he's like, I'm very picky with my bookings. I don't really do as many as I used to or whatever. And he delivered.
So yeah, for somebody that, you know, with my cousin being there, you know, he told Crowbar, he's like, it's crazy to me that him and I, because I was a lot younger than my cousin, he's like, we would watch you on TV at his house. He's like, and now he's working with you. You know, Crowbar's just the nicest guy in the world.
Completely full circle moment for a lot of people, including myself. Like I would get off the phone with Crowbar sometimes, and I'm just like, you got to go like look at your caller ID. You're like, I just talked to Crowbar for 50 minutes. Why? He wants to make sure that the gear that he's wearing is good. You know, I'm like, why are you asking me? I think he said he
broke out the old gear.
Yeah, I was like, why are you asking me, man? You're the fucking legend. Don't ask me, you know? So that it's just like, it goes to show you how some of these dudes can stay humble after all these years, even if you've been to the main stage and you were featured in WCW and all this. It's awesome.
Wrestle Bam Bam, for Christ's sake.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's had some really, really great matches. And I'm seeing photos that are resurfacing from his career, and he's worked the who's who, too. But then we got to our main event. Little bit of a pulled the rug out from underneath the fans here, because I think when you think championship match, you think if they're going to do a switch, you got to do it dirty. You got to do it with some kind of fuck off finish or whatever. We just had Joey Janela and Big Trouble Ben Bishop go out there and crush it for 18 minutes, strictly wrestling, back and forth, great moves, just really, really, really dialed it up. Joey's a pro's pro, man, and shout out to everything that he's doing with Spring Break. I know they're expecting like fucking 5,000 fans or whatever. It's going to be insane when he works -1. And I don't know if you caught what happened to Sandman. I hope he's okay. You know, the fucking Invisible Man almost crushed him. Which, by the way, again, these are the things. Ask me that 10 years ago. I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Ask me that right now in 2026 when things are just, who gives a shit? I'm like, that gold. It's gold.
I'd rather see that than a hypodermic needle spot.
1001%. But anyway, those guys killed each other, and it was great. And then ultimately, we made the switch, and I think that it opens up a little bit more creative freedom for us for the Shore. I think that Ben, who has not held championship gold in like 2 years, is long overdue. I'm not sure what promoters are missing on this guy. You're not seeing too many 7-footers running around anymore, and when you do, you usually drop the ball with them. And I don't want to name names, but there's plenty of guys on TV right now.
Omos? I'll name names. I don't give a fuck.
Plenty of guys. I like Omos, but I mean, like,
I like him too,
but they just don't know how to. Some companies, AEW with Singh, right? The tall guy.
look at the great
Kali, right? Sometimes you just don't know what to do with these big guys because you just don't know where they fit. Ben is he's a hybrid, in my opinion. His sidewalk slams, his big guy moves, his Kevin Nash move set is something to be seen because the guy is also, oh, by the way, chiseled and built, and he's a brick shithouse. And I'm like, what is the problem here? I mean, he did tell me that there is a company that might bring him in for a couple things. Remains to be seen. I won't say it on air, but like he's the total package. And it took, and I talked to Tommy Tequila, he said it in the chat, what he's done for us in 3 days, and I'm not knocking anybody else, but like it is leveled us up. His fucking sequel to the promo of him going home to his wife, telling him that he won not only, again, in that first promo, he just said, I won the championship. In this promo, he said, I won the Fight Factory championship, putting us over.
Well, did you see the comment that went under that?
No, I did not.
When are you coming out to Ireland to defend that at Fight Factory Wrestling?
All right. Well, hey, listen. Ireland, come bring your champion down to the shore. We'll fucking scrap. Fuck. I didn't know that. But anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, so Fight Factory, he puts us over. He's putting us over. He said, in the last, 10 matches, he's been all over the country. He's doing his thing. But, oh, by the way, front and center is our championship. These are the things that, like, we knew going in that there was a possibility. We did not ask, and I'll swear to this up and down, we didn't ask Ben to do shit. We gave him the championship. We said, here's your reward for the hard work that you've been putting in across the independents. You're our guy now. We didn't ask him to mention us. We didn't ask him, hey, make sure you fucking tag us. Make sure you do this. Make sure. He's done it all on his own. That's what you do. He's using the Matt Cardona recipe. This is what you do on the independents. You help out and build promotions. Look what Cardona did for GCW. Now, again,
JCW?
Different scale, clearly, right? Matt Cardona coming off of WWE to GCW, put GCW on the map. What Big Ben is doing us for now, Ben Bishop is doing us for now, is putting us on a larger scale because his following is pretty damn good. His interactions, his jokes. He called himself Benny Beltmark. Like, to me, that's funny. Some old school heads might look at it and say, maybe you shouldn't make fun of fucking, make fun of this business that we're all, blood, sweat, and tears. But it's a lesson to everybody to not take shit so seriously. And if you can have fun and don't politic and just fucking work hard and do your thing, you can wind up being a very prominent star on the independents. And that leads me to what the WWE is doing with Oba Femi. Now, and I know it's a hard segue because the show itself for Tough Luck, we can't be happier. Thank you, fans, for coming out. A lot of fun. All channels now lead to the Jersey Shore, the War on the Shore 3. More on that as the weeks come. But now, real quick, before we get out of here, because we're running kind of late, the Oba Femi Brock Lesnar thing has now taken it to another level where Oba...
You have no idea.
Where Oba has been made. No pun, to your boys.
He could be part Sicilian.
He's been made by the WWE without doing anything in a real match. Brock Lesnar, we said it last week, he's been gracious enough to put him over, not once, but now twice. We are at the point, maybe you can agree or disagree. Does the result of the WrestleMania match matter now that you've seen Oba take down Brock twice?
No, but I think you do the right thing by letting Oba win. Honestly.
What this feels like it's going to be, and again, this is like a shining Edward Jackson special here because he used to say this all the time. Because WWE had a real hard tendency and a very big tradition on 50-50 booking. And when I say 50-50 booking, that just means the guy that gets the upper hand heading into the match is going to lose. That's just what the WWE's MO was for a while. What they should do, and I said this already, if Brock is going to go on this tour to end his career, you put Brock over based off of a youth slip-up, meaning Oba's got him all match, but it's one swing and a miss too many where he lands in a Kimura. And you get the realistic, give him a couple weeks off, put him in a hard cast, have Brock break his fucking arm and win. Because then what that sets up is a revenge tour for Oba Femi. While Brock's probably doing the list of who he wants to work before he's done, Oba now gets to go around and beat the shit out of everybody in his path until, oh, by the way, we're back.
Well, I have
to WrestleMania next year in Saudi Arabia.
So I have heard some
if it's still there.
I have.
I'm just saying, tough times out there.
I have heard some rumors that, like, for Brock's like retirement tour, he's just going to be putting people over the entire time.
Oh, see, I heard different. I heard he's not going to lose. Heyman, I think, is the one who said he shouldn't lose. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm not sure about the writing, but they might have hired somebody. I don't know if you've read this, or maybe I'm telling tales out of school here, but I think WWE has hired somebody new to, not head of creative, but like really put an input on
SmackDown?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was reading that today. That the rumor mill, is that Heyman's going to go. Is going to be he's going to be the Nick Aldis of SmackDown, and Nick Aldis is going to come back to wrestle Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
I would fuck.
Which is something that we've called
killed for that. Yeah,
we've
said that.
But here's the other thing surrounding this whole Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi thing. Now, anybody who's watched Brock forever, he calls everybody boy. Well, of course, you IWC fucking morons have to turn around and make it racial. I'm going to give you a little bit of a piece of advice. You take it, you don't take it. I really don't give a shit. If the person that it was directed to is not offended, who the fuck are you to be offended and then tell other people that they should be offended and then tell that person that they should be offended? Wipe the Cheeto dust off your fucking shirt. Put your resume into the fucking Gap or Walmart. Get a fucking job. Get a goddamn life.
Yeah,
you suck the fucking energy out of everything. Most of you are the real life PCU movie. You won't fucking watch it because it'll offend you because all it does is make fun of you fucking idiots.
I got homework tonight, by the way.
Holy shit! Like, it pisses me off so fucking bad.
It's just to the point where it's just to the point now where people look, and this is 2026. Welcome. People look for reasons to bitch. People look for reasons to get upset.
Go get laid.
And that's
who cares?
Impossible. They got to find it first.
Pay for it instead of paying $300 for a fucking replica belt. Get a goddamn woman off Craigslist for yourself. Maybe you could be a fucking pleasant person.
Wait a minute, that's a thing.
I probably. I don't know.
I was gonna
married.
I don't
have to pay for it. I just don't
have to find your dick first, Shamu. That's what I was thinking about. But I like the people that like jump down the throats, like, how dare you? I'm like, how dare you? First of all, there's been 1,000,001 instances where people call younger people than them boy, kid, boy. But you see that and you hear that and you're just like, I can't believe it. Brock's a racist. Like, you guys are legitimate. And I say this with all due respect. And I heard that it's being brought back in a really, really good fashion in New Jersey. You're all retarded. Point blank, period. If you go back and you're like, I can't believe you said that word, look up the definition of that, because you are now falling into this category of just not. And again, I'm not talking about you have Down syndrome. I'm saying you're just stupid. Like, it's like you have this tick in you that just says, I should stir some shit up today. And it's like, for what? Because you want clicks, you want likes, you want followers, you want this, you want that. I'm here to tell you that much like Oba Femi, the people that are bitching about this is in the minority, folks. Like, you are the losers of this situation. Oba's not. Oba loves this shit. He's been put over more times in the last 2 weeks than he has in his entire career.
Here's my question.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
Should Rocky 3 be canceled because Mr. T said, "Hey boy, hey boy"?
Well, he
What?
was calling a white man a boy. So like, yeah.
No,
of
he
course.
was saying it to Apollo.
Oh, that's right. Like, so there, right there.
So again,
Ask Mr. T.
Shut the fuck up.
Ask Mr. T.
Shut up.
Ask Mr. T after he's done thanking his mama. Remember that speech?
Yell at the. Stay off social media. Yell at the wall.
No, they don't know how to do
Yell
that.
at the wall.
That would be silly. Stop. Stop making sense. Anyway, that'll do
For
it.
once, I make sense. It's amazing.
That'll do it for our show this week.
Go
we
play
hope
the
you
fucking lottery now.
enjoyed this episode of the Fight Factory Wrestling Podcast right here on Mile 21 Media's YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the channel. If you like what you see, you like what you hear, you don't like what you see, don't do the whole thumbs down thing. That sucks. But like the channel, share the show. We're just two dudes, and when Payne and Tommy are here, we're a bunch of guys that like to talk shit, talk some wrestling. We don't take it too seriously. You know, for those of you that are in your mom's basement, I suggest you get up those stairs, go outside, touch some grass.
Walmart's hiring.
And, well, maybe. If you want to be a cart pusher, go
You always
nuts,
need a
bro.
door greeter. Welcome to Walmart.
All right.
We sell wrestling figures.
How dare you.
You should go look at our AEW figures. AEW is a sophisticated wrestling company. That's all of you that we're fucking talking about.
Those AEW fans are funny, huh? Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you what. If you want to complain or fight or battle anybody online, may I introduce you to Wrestling Rob? Go look him up. Good luck. He'll put you in a blender and make you never want to watch wrestling again. Good luck. Shout out to you, Wrestling Rob. For Dave Sturchio Tommy Dee, this has been another episode of the Fight Factory Wrestling Podcast. He told me a whole bunch of other shit. I'll get into that later. Go follow him. He's a delightful follow, ladies and gentlemen. He's almost as good as Chad's at social media. It's a whole lot. They might have a social media battle off. We got to figure it out. Maybe at the War on the Shore, brother. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you so much for the support for Fight Factory Wrestling. Stay tuned for all of your updates for the War on the Shore 3. And we'll see you guys next week.
I put him in a sleeper hold. Out.
Out like this.
Mile 21 Media.